Okay, guys. So, how's it going, guys? How's it going? All right. Yeah. So as you're joining up, just remember to hit on like button. Quickly, hit on like button, and of course, also remember to share. Also remember to share so that more guys can actually just quickly join us up, right? And you know how it goes, guys. Just write where you're watching us from. Just write where you're watching us from. Okay. So you also want to write where you're watching us from. You also want to write where you're watching us from. Okay. Okay, so guys, remember to hit on like button and remember to share also so that more guys can actually just keep storming into the market with us today. And just like last time, like I said, if we can hit 700 likes within the course of this, within the course of this live stream, I'll be live the next day. Remember, it's a challenge that I've been given, and sometimes we hit the challenge and I just come live the next day, and sometimes we don't, right? But if we can hit that today, definitely I'll be live tomorrow. I'll just keep going like that. But guys, right here you're watching us from, so I'll just try sharing the link now in a public channel so that more guys can actually just join us up. So I'll just quickly share the link now. I just quickly share the link now in a public channel. I'll just quickly share the link in a public channel. Okay, let's do that. So we just quickly share it, just alert everyone so that there is no excuse later. You know, later on, when we are cashing out, guys will be like, "Oh, Mr. P, you didn't inform us that we're live." So to prevent that, let's just share the link so that, excuse me, guys, so that there's no excuse later on, right? So that's just the reason. So let me just quickly write it there. We are currently YouTube live. Currently YouTube live now, guys. Okay. So let me just quickly alert everyone there, and boom, that message is sent. So if you're part of our free channel, public channel, you should actually see that message there now. Next up, let's try activating that on Facebook so that everyone on Facebook can also be live with us, right? That everyone on Facebook can also be live with us. So that there's no excuse there also, right? So let's just, okay, wait, I guess we're already live. Okay, no, we are not. Okay, just a second. All right. Okay, so that's it. So now we are live on Facebook also, right? So everything is actually fully live now. Good. Okay, guys. Now, right where you're watching us from. Let's see. Right where you're watching us from, and also remember to hit on like button. Remember, if we can hit 700 likes, that's over 700 likes within the course of the stream, right? That's while we're still streaming. I'll be live the next day, which is tomorrow, right? I always say it. So sometimes we don't hit it. Sometimes we do. When we do hit it, I just come live the next day. If we do the same thing the next day, I will keep going like that. But when we don't, yeah. Okay, let's see. Let's see, guys. So we're having someone from Dubai. We have a Nation FX from Kenya. Sorry if I don't pronounce your name very well. My sincere apologies. Okay, so we're having Annie from Nigeria. We're having Dagas, right, from Lithuania. Travis from Sri Lanka. Shida from Uganda. Okay, we're having Fiona from Ethiopia, right? Immaculate from Kenya. Okay, so we're having Precious from Zimbabwe, right? I think that's David from the UK, right? We're having okay, Leo Mora from Costa Rica. Okay, so we have a lot of guys with us. Bernard from the Philippines. Okay, Henry from Nigeria. All right, so we have a lot of guys with us. A lot of guys with us. Okay, okay. So yeah, so we're having Malik from Pakistan, someone from the UK, El Mario from South Africa, Witness from Botswana, right? Stalin from South Africa, Siani from the UK, Owusu from Ghana, right? So having Abinan from India, right? So we're having a lot of guys with us, right? A lot of guys with us today. So today's trade will actually be very, very smooth, right? So Timmy from Nigeria, Hassan from England, Adala from South Africa, we're having Pat from Latvia, right? Okay, so yeah, okay. Let's just quickly dive in now. Let's just quickly dive in so we don't waste time or anything. Let's just quickly dive in. So we're having a lot of guys with us in the house today, which is actually very great. So remember, guys, as you're joining up, just remember to hit the like button, right? Don't forget, guys. Don't forget that, guys. Just remember to hit the like button. Also remember to share so that more traders can actually join us up and we can all cash out together, right? Good. And yeah, okay, let's go now. Let's go. Let's go on. So, guys, what charts do you want to check out first? Now, just as you write the charts that we are, guys, please write the charts you want to check out first, so we can start diving in. But just as guys are writing that, last week was actually very, very interesting. It was actually very, very interesting, right? Because we went into, I'm going to show you all the stuffs now. By the way, I'm going to show you. I went into our first trade. I think that was on Nasdaq or so, and then it took us out, took us out. Just took us out. So we had to go for a range, right? And then, of course, the range was massive, right? The range was massive. But that's not why I'm saying this is funny, because the range was massive. We held it to NFP. We caught every single stuff. It was actually massive. That's not why I said the last week is funny. The reason is because we went into gold. I think it was the next day, right? And then it took us out also, right? It literally took us out also. And that's very rare, right? That's very rare. It's not strange because, well, it's like we're trading fundamentals most of the time these days, not just technicals. It's not strange, but it's just funny, right? Because we had to go for a range on gold again. After going on range on gold, and then we kept holding it. Of course, hit all our take profit. We kept holding it through to today. And I think if you're in the free channel, you should see that stuff also there, right? Everything was actually shared. Now, our range trades, they were actually extremely massive, of course. But the funny thing is, losing 2 consecutive trades on Nasdaq and also XAUSD in 1 week. That's sick. That's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, it happens, right? It happens. I'm going to show you everything now. But guys, recommend the chart. Let's see. Let's storm into trades. Let's go back to serious business now. Let's storm into trades. Guys, recommend the chart. Recommend the chart. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of gold. Yeah. I'm seeing some Nasdaq also. I'm seeing gold. I'm seeing more. Most of what I'm seeing here, they're all good. Okay, I just saw €1 USD, right? €1 USD also. Okay, I guess without even wasting time, most of us here want us to check out gold, right? So let's just check out the gold, right? Let's check out the gold chart, right? Let's check out the gold chart. Okay, it's fine. Let's check out the gold charts. Basically, almost every single person here is writing gold, so there's even no need to keep checking. Let's just check out the gold already, right? Let's just check out the gold already. So I'm going to share my screen now. Just a moment. You should start seeing my screen in just a second. Okay, so we're together. In just a second, you should start seeing my screen. All right. Let's see. So in a second, you should start seeing my screen. Okay. All right, so let's see that now. Okay, so my screen is very much visible now. Very, very much visible. Okay, let's check it out now. Hide this. Okay, so that doesn't disturb us. Okay, now let's just quickly go. Yeah, now good. Now this is US30. Let's see gold. So these are gold, right? These are gold trade. Now just before we look at the gold, what's happening on our gold? If we can still go into this trade, because already this stuff was dropped in our free channel, was dropped first in our private channel, of course, and after some time it was dropped in our free channel, and then I had to notify everyone to leave the trade just now, roughly how many 10-15 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago or so, right? But then let me just show you. I told you that this stuff took us out, so let me just show you. That was just around, somewhere around this range, right? If I'm not mistaken. Those on the private channel, if you are from the private channel, you can confirm that. I'm not very sure. If you have the exact value that it took us out, you can literally write that. That's if you are from our private channel. I'm trying to remember, but it took us out just around this range. From what I can think, right? It took us out just around this range, right? Around this range. We went in and then pushed up a little bit and then it took us out from this spot. And so we had to wait again and go into a range just around the spot. And then we kept holding the trade for 3 days straight, of course. And we literally just left the trade just around this region today, right? Just around this region today. Just a few minutes ago, right? Okay, this is like how many minutes now? Okay, this like 30 minutes, 45 minutes or so. It's not even 50 minutes. We left this trade about 45 minutes ago or something, right? So that was when we zoomed up the trade. I literally wrote everything there, right? And now let's look at this stuff now. Let's look at this stuff and see what we're having. If we can still go into another trade. Because it's Monday, we held the trade for 3 days. So I was like, okay, let's just leave it. Okay, it's enough. But then let's see if we can get some fresh trades again. Now, first thing I want to do, I want to go my daily time frame. Sorry guys, I'm speaking kind of like fast again today, right? The reason is because I don't want us to miss this trade. In case you imagine why Mr. P is speaking so fast, I don't want us to miss the trade. So I'm trying to run through the chart as fast as possible if there's a formation, so we don't miss it out. So we don't miss out on the formation. And after that, we just continue. Just a second. Okay, so what are we having now? Good. Now, without any doubt, we know that gold has been pushing towards the top, right? There's even no argument about that, right? It has been pushing towards the top. Ignore these stops that are here. We take profit levels and the rest. Okay, so this stop is pushing towards the top, so we can see that. Now, we can also see something around this range. It's not very visible because it's daily time frame. It's fine, but it has actually pushed towards a range like this. It was why I told everyone to zoom in out of this trade, right? So if we go on a 4-hour time frame now, it's now kind of like getting even clearer and everything is now looking even better, right? Good. Now, let's see now. Let's see. By the way, for our last live trading session, I think we gave a trade on US 100 and also XAUSD, or it was just US 100. I don't really remember, but that trade was actually massive. It's just we couldn't really come live to talk about the trade again. I just forgot about it. But that trade was actually very massive. So that was actually very smooth. Okay, now this is what I'm telling you about, right? So the trade is pushing just around that range here, right? Just around that range. So immediately as it hits just at about this zone here, right? Let me show you why. You can see we're having a lot of rejection around this spot, right? So immediately as it hit the zone, I had to tell everyone to leave this trade. Just a second. This is actually a free channel, right? Okay, now let's see. Good. Now, if you're still holding XAUSD range with us, a close up position in exactly 12 minutes, right? In fact, those on private channel, I have to tell them to use a stopwatch if possible. The reason for that is immediately as it hits a rejection level, there can be a massive retracement and the rest on the chart. Now, even though the retracement wasn't really massive, it kept pushing towards the top even more, as you can see. But it's always just safer to leave the trade immediately as it hits crazy regions like that, right? So I actually just told them, if you can use a stopwatch, please use that and just zoom up the trade immediately as that is done, right? And of course, these trades were dropped here, or they were actually dropped here, but there's no point in doing that. Let's go back to our trade again now. Let's go back to our trade. So immediately after hitting the zone now, what I'm looking at for now is this, right? Let me just show you that. What I'm looking at for now is my zone just around this region. Trying to set that. I want it to be as perfect as possible. Good. Now, this is my zone I'm looking at now. So it's possible that a retracement can occur around the spot, right? Just around my 4 hours time frame around this spot like this. But then let's go on our 15 minutes time frame again. A 15 minutes time frame. By the way, if you went through any of our mentorship courses, MC100 or our standard mentorship and the rest, and you don't understand anything I'm doing here, you already have the email to send your messages to. Just send your questions and everything to that email. You should get a response maybe within a few days, within a few hours or so, right? If you want faster response, go on our support and send a message there. The support team is now fully trained to respond to your technical issues also, right? That's if you ask questions related to technical analysis, they can also assist you with that. That's if you've gone through a standard or MC100 classes, right? Only that. Okay, and now this is what we're having currently around that range, right? So now it's supposed to hit around that zone, just around the spot, right? Around the zone here, right? You can literally see that. but then it hasn't really hit it. And then when it hit it, we're expecting maybe like a form of rejection and the rest. And then that rejection, if it crosses below this region, then it's coming towards around the spot. I'm not telling you to sell, because you can't be selling on the stuff that is clearly pushing towards the top. That would be you fighting the big players, right? You don't want to fight against the big players. So what you want to do is you want to wait. If this stock pushes below the zone, you want to wait for this stock to play around the spot and then give a rejection, and then you can catch it up again, because after that it will push towards the top. And then of course that trade, I will drop it in the private channel, by the way, and after a few minutes I will also share it in the free channel, so that there is no excuse that, oh, Mr. P, I'm not in the private channel, that's why I didn't cash out, right? It's why we share this stuff also in the free, so that there's no form of excuse at all to not cash out. It's just to be a little bit delayed, of course, it only makes sense, but you still cash out, right? Like this trade that moved towards, let me see, that moved towards around our range, just around the spot or so, if I'm not mistaken. Around the spot, I don't really remember. And then it was shared in the free channel, right? After it was shared, you see the movement, right? So there is no excuse that, Mr. P, it's because I'm not part of the private channel. So because of that, I couldn't really cash out. There's no excuse like that, right? This stuff, it will be dropped late, fine. But then you can still cash out from this stuff, right? Good. Okay, so what we're expecting now, like I told you now, we're expecting some massive rejections to occur, possibly after hitting the zone. So it might still push up a little bit. After that, towards around the spot. And from there, we should expect some formations and the rest of them. And after that, we can start buying again. That trade, I will also drop that trade. It's just now the formation is not very perfect for this. I'm not expecting a lot of trades on gold now. But if we want to scalp, let's go on a 5 minutes time frame. Let's see. If we can get anything we can hold for, even just 10 minutes, it will be good also. Even just 10 minutes will be good. Okay, so this is what we're having around the zone now, right? Just around the spot. You can see that the chart is playing or just around the zone, just around this range here, right? Good. Now, for those that like scalping, maybe you just want to scalp, you don't want to hold it for a very, very long time, right? Like normal fast trading. Then you have to wait for this stuff to push above this candlestick. And also at least at the middle of this candlestick, that will tell you that the bullish momentum has taken over, right? And so from there, you can hold it towards the blue, towards this blue trend line that we're just talking about just a minute ago. But if that doesn't happen, it means it's just going to break below this and come towards this region straight up, because this is a functional level, it's a build up, right? So if you don't understand what a build up is, watch our last two videos, right? Just the one from last Thursday. If you watch it, you should actually understand how this stuff works, right? We use this to trade a lot. So that's as regards the scalping format. I think we just want to go into this trade and hold it for like 5-10 minutes, right? Okay, so that's what that. But then what are we having now? Let's go back to our 15 minutes time frame again. Yeah, so we can't really go into any trade now on gold as it is. So we just want it to drop below towards around this region. Before that happens, it will take a while. Hopefully it happens today, because we just left the trade now a few minutes ago. So hopefully that happens today. If it happens today, then yeah, we'll storm into a trade. If it doesn't happen today, then if we hit over 700 likes on this video, of course we'll be live tomorrow, and then that would have completed tomorrow, so we can still keep the trade live tomorrow, right? Live on this YouTube channel tomorrow also. Okay guys, so let's quickly check out another chart. Now, by the way, some crazy movements can happen, especially when it gets to like 16, that's 4 p.m. Gbpusd. We should be expecting some massive movement today, some massive fundamentals. So when that happens, it might still push down towards around that range like this, so we can still go into the trade. So just be watching out. If you're in the free channel, be watching out on the free channel. If you're not part of the free channel, by the way, the link is down below there, right? If you're in the private channel, well, you don't have any issues, you get the trade. But if you're part of the free channel, just watch out in case it may as this trade is shared, you want to storm into this trade later on, right? So that's if this stuff gets completed. If it gets completed, boom, we're storming into the trade instantly. We're not wasting even a single time. Okay guys, let's see now. Guys, recommend the next chart. Even though we're not going to gold, we're still going to other trades today, right? So guys, recommend another chart we can quickly check out. Let's see. Recommend another chart. What chart do you want us to check out next today? What chart do you want us to check out next? What chart? What chart? I want us to be in a trade. 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 Guys, recommend a chart we can storm into. Recommend a chart. Even though gold for the meantime is not fully completed, we can just storm into another trade, maybe on a Nasdaq or US30 or whatever, BTC, Eurusd, Gbpusd. We can storm into any other trade now and just start cashing out, right? So that we'll be cashing out while we wait for our gold. And so by the time we're done with cashing out from other pairs, our gold would have been completed, and boom, we keep cashing out back on our gold again. Okay. Okay, guys. So what chart do you want to check out? What chart? What chart? I want us to be in a trade. When we are not in a trade, I'm usually not very comfortable. I'm usually not very comfortable when we are not in a trade. I'm usually not very comfortable. I want us to be in a trade. 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 Okay, guys. So what chart? What chart? What chart? Okay, I can see USD. I can see USD JPY. I can see Nasdaq. I can see Eurusd. I can see US30. I can see crash and boom also. Okay, we'll check out maybe one of both. We'll just see how it goes. Okay, I'm seeing DAX. I'm seeing USD JPY, GBP JPY, USD JPY, US30, BTC USD. Okay. Okay. Now, by the way, I'm thinking we might go into some scalping trades on gold. I'm thinking we might go into some scalping trades on gold. By the way, I'm just checking out the formation from this region now, and it looks like we might be able to go into some scalping trades on gold. That's what this is looking like. It's looking like that now. It's looking like that now. The mobile view of this trade is looking really great. The mobile view of this chart is looking great. So we might go into some scalping trades that I was just talking about on gold. But for the meantime, we just have to hold a few more minutes, of course. But I think we might go into some scalping trades on gold. That's what I'm saying. We might go into some scalping trades on gold. Okay, guys, what chart do you want to check out for the meantime? What chart? I'm seeing BTC also. Yes, 30, JPY. Okay, let's see. Here's the JPY Nasdaq. Guys, watch out, watch out. I want to see the chart that is most occurring here so we can easily just storm it. GU, okay, GJ, UJ, okay. Okay, Nasdaq. All right, Nasdaq, GU, okay. Okay, guys. Now I don't know what chat is repeating here. I'm trying to look, but I guess I don't know. I don't know. Okay, maybe. Okay, let's see. Nasdaq, USD JPY. USD JPY is still occurring a lot. USD JPY. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of USD JPY also. Seeing a lot of USD. Okay, you know what? I'm seeing a lot of GBP USD also. Okay, what's just going to happen? Let's quickly check out our Nasdaq first. Let's quickly check out our Nasdaq first. I'm thinking we might get a trade very soon on one of these charts. That's why. So this is what I was telling you. It's already. Let me take this out. So we don't need this for the meantime. Okay, so we can already see that an evening star is now created just around this region, right? So we're having a possibility for a drop. I think in like 10 seconds or so, this stock should start dropping because this is a perfect evening star that was created here. If you just watch this stuff out now, this stuff should start dropping or anytime now. Right, boom, you can see that it's already dropping. It's a perfect evening star that was created there. But then let's leave that. Let's go to what now? Let's say USD JPY now, USD US 100 that wanted us to check. Okay, let's see. But by the way, guys, just to be checking for XAUSD just in case. No, this is not the chart I was using. Just to be checking out for XAUSD just in case, right? Just to be checking out for it, right? In case we get, because now that we're having an evening star, we might get some massive momentum towards the bottom, right? And from there, we can look for some scalping trades. That's trades we won't hold for a long time. Just maybe 5-10 minutes we're out. 5-10 minutes we're out. 5-10 minutes we're out. So you can already see this. This is actually moving really, really nice. So let's check out US 100 for the meantime. What are we having on US 100? Okay. By the way, this was a trade we went into on US 100. Like I was telling you, we went into this trade. I told you that this stuff took us out, right? And then we had to go for a range on US 100 also, right? Now, I think we went into this trade just around this region. Now, if you're in the private channel, if you remember Isa entry point, you can write that in the chat there. You can write that. I don't really remember, but I think it was just around this range or so. I will have to check through the charts to see that, but that will take a while. So if you can help us, you can write the exact entry point around there. But I'm thinking it was just around this spot, right? Went in and then I think it took us out around this range. I can't even remember that, but I think maybe this was the part it took us out. It was here around the zone or so. It took us out of the trade, and so we just had to hold on and then went for a range, right? Went for a range, yeah, hit all our take profits, boom. By the way, this trade was actually recorded, right? That's the trade the video from yesterday, this was a trade, the video from yesterday, just in case, right? So immediately as I was recording, I was also dropping the trade. That was a range trade, and it will cut all of this stuff, and then it was also recorded. So if you watch the video from just yesterday, you should see this trade. It was actually really recorded live. And so after hitting all our take profit, we kept holding the trade, almost smashed our stop loss here, and then we just kept holding it, and boom, NFP saved the day. Boom, we caught the entire NFP trade towards our region like this, right? And so that was all for Nasdaq. This was it for Friday. Zoom up the trade. I have to tell everyone to zoom up the trade that Friday after our NFP smoothly like that. Okay. Now, what are we having now? We're having that this stock pushed above this range, and now we're having a first, second, and now this is a third touch, right? Good, meaning that this is pretty nice. But just to confirm, just to be sure, let's go on a 4-hour time frame, because I think we might get a trade on this Nasdaq now, right? That's what I'm thinking right now, right? We might get a trade on Nasdaq. We might get a really nice trade on Nasdaq. Might get a really nice trade on Nasdaq. Today is actually really nice because we just literally woke up today and then just cashed out nicely on gold, right? We closed that trade on Nasdaq and cashed out massively on Nasdaq. That's on Friday, and today we just woke up and closed that trade on gold, and it was also massive. I'm literally running just over $9,000 of the trades that we closed just recently, like just about $9,000. So it's actually really nice. You can see that really nice, right? Really nice. So it's actually just great, like nice way to start the week. So let's just quickly look at this stuff again, right? Now, from our 4-hour time frame now, we can see that this movement is pretty impressive because somehow a Nasdaq decided to resume its push towards the top again. And so if you map this stuff just basically like this, you can already see this, right? That this stuff is trying to push nicely towards the top again. And now what happened? First step, and then we're having the second step around the zone here, and now we're having a third step that is getting created around the spot. So what can we do? Can we go into this trade? Yes, we can, but then we need to make sure that some conditions are fulfilled first. That's just it. Now the reason why I tell you this is in case it gets completed later, even though we are not on this live, that's when you speak of when it's completed fully. Of course, this trade will be dropped in our private channel naturally, and after some time it will also be shared in the free so that everyone can cash out. But then if you want to stop into the trade just immediately as it's done, I'm going to show you now, right? It might even be done within a period of this live, by the way, because look at the momentum. This is actually great. Let's see. So first, we're mapping out the zone, right? So immediately as the zone was completed, it started dropping towards our spot here. First touch, second touch, third touch, just around this range, right? So what are we expecting? We're expecting that this stuff can push above this level now, just around this spot here, where we are having a series of rejections, right? Just around this spot, pushes above this range, then we're expecting this first level just around this spot here. Okay, let me use this, it's fine. Just around this spot here, right? This will be our first level, right? Our first level. Now, when we're going to this trade, we need to lock in our profit when it gets to around the spot. You already know why, right? Because there are a series of rejections around the spot also. So lock in our profit nicely. Maybe that's it pushes above this region, then that's smooth. Now, all we are now looking for next will not just be this spot, just around the zone here. And then when it pushes above this, that's it. We can keep holding this trade for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, and we can just keep holding it. Now, for what we are doing now, what are we waiting for? Guys, just be looking forward to your charts. Take a screenshot of these and also be looking at your chart now. So help us, right? So let's work together now. Now, be monitoring your chart on your mobile device and the rest. Immediately as this chart crosses above this region, start bombarding the chat inbox there. Just start bombarding the chat box there. Start bombarding it, right? In the comment section now, like the normal chat box there, right? Live chat. Start bombarding the live chats there, right? That this stuff has crossed above this region. Because I literally feel like this stuff can, like, close above it, not like cross. If it crosses, just like I can give a rejection, right? So want it to close above this spot. So immediately as it closes above, guys, start bombarding the chat inbox there. Start bombarding it. Just start bombarding it, right? Start bombarding it so that we don't miss this trade, because we're about to check out other chat, right? So we're working together now, right? So you are checking out when this stuff is done, and then we're zooming into the trades together, right? So guys, just be monitoring this chart. Be monitoring this chart on a 15 minutes time frame. Remember, 15 minutes time frame, US100. Just be monitoring it. Maybe as it pushes above our region. Let me show you the exact spot. So you're very much aware, right? Just around the spot. So many of us will have a fresh candlestick that hit around the zone here. Let me adjust this. I want to be as visible as possible. Maybe as you have a fresh candlestick that pushes above this region, start bombarding the chat inbox so we can storm into this trade instantly. We're not wasting even a single, even a single second here. Now that's for the first. That's for the first. The second is this, right? To make sure that we don't miss this trade, right? The second is this. Maybe as just a second, I want to track this. Good. Now, if you notice that this stock pushes below this region here again, hits around this spot here, right? And then let's be even more precise. And then drops below this zone a little bit, right? Before pushing back in and creating a wick like this. Also start bombarding the chatting box there that Mr. P check Nasdaq, Mr. P check Nasdaq, right? Also start so one of them should happen, except the chart just try acting stubborn and not move towards any of our region, right? Because that way, if we hit our zone around the spot, we can catch this trade towards our region just around the spot, and we can keep locking in our profit just around the spot, hoping that it pushes above this range, right? Now, the reason for that is because that will be our third touch. These are the first resistance around the spot, the first rejection package around the spot, and then this was the second. The reason why I'm expecting that if it hits this zone now, we should be expecting a massive movement because that will be our third touch. Maybe as this third touch happens, boom, it will start flying. And we don't want to miss that, right? We don't want to miss that. So that's just all you need to do for us. Just be monitoring your chart. If it hits around the zone, start bombarding the chat inbox. Or if it pushes with a new candlestick above the zone, start bombarding the chat inbox. I'm hoping that should happen because the momentum is actually pretty impressive. The momentum is pretty impressive. The momentum is pretty impressive. So guys, just be checking it out. I can remain on Nasdaq like this. That's just why. Okay, guys, recommend the next chart we should check out. Recommend the next chart. So let's work together. Let's work together. Let's work together. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Someone is saying gold is moving. Let's check out gold. Let's check out gold again. Let's see gold. What's happening on gold? Let's check out gold. Well, gold is still the way it is. Like this. It's not moving on gold, right? It's still the way it is, right? So we already cut all our gold. Maybe some of these guys they just came in. I guess some guys just joined us. Okay, excuse me, guys. So we already cut all our gold trades around this spot, right? Shared in our private and free channel. But then we saw that an evening star was breaking around this spot. We're expecting some drop towards the bottom first, at least. After that, we can start storming into trades and scalping, right? We wanted to drop that a little bit, right? Just a little bit first, and then we can start going into trades and scalping. That 5 minutes, 10 minutes trades, things like that. For the meantime, well, we can't really do much. We just have to keep waiting, right? Or you can push up to hit our maximum range, which is around the spot, which already aligned. These are blue trend line that you can see looking very nice like this, right? If that also happens, then we should expect the major rejection. Then when the major rejection happens, it will start dropping down crazy like that. But for the meantime, well, nothing much you can do on gold. You just have to keep waiting. If it then drops towards around this spot, then we can start thinking about going to some scalping trades like 5 minutes, hold it for 5 minutes, hold it for like 10 minutes, we're out, 5 minutes, we're out, 10 minutes, we're out. Okay, so guys, let's see. Recommend the chart, guys. What chart do you want to check out? What chart? What chart do you want to check out? What chart? What chart do you want to check out, guys? I'm looking at the messages now and everything. Okay. I'm looking at the messages and all to see if guys are recommending charts, but I can't really see what chart do you want to check out, guys. I want us to be in a trade. And I don't want to select the chart that, and I like going with the chart that guys would have recommended, so it doesn't look like I'm just looking for random charts and the rest. I want you to suggest a chart that we can look at so we can start cashing out from there. All right, so let's see. Okay, I can't really. That was the previous stuff. We already checked that Nasdaq from there. Okay, let's see. Okay, we already checked out Nasdaq and the rest, right? We already checked out Nasdaq. In fact, we just left Nasdaq now, right? So, okay. Also, don't forget, guys. Just like I already told you, if we can hit over 700 likes within the period of this live session, it means I'll just be live tomorrow again, right? We just keep going like that. Okay. I'm seeing USD JPY. I'm seeing Euro USD also. Okay, let's see. Okay, you know what? Let's check out GU. Let's check out GU. I'm thinking there's something on GU for some reason. I don't know. You can already see the evening star. The evening star is already giving us what it does best, right? So it wants to drop down already. Evening star gets created. Boom, it's already dropping down live before us. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Let's check out GU, right? Let's check out GU. Let's check out GU from here. I just see. Let's check out GU. Okay, let's see. Oh, no. Remember that. Okay. Or let's use one, that's fine. Okay. All right. This does not, okay, it's fine. Let's not conclude. Let's go on 4 hours first. Let's not conclude, not dive into conclusion. Check out 4 hours first. Okay. 4 hours is nice. 4 hours doesn't look bad at all. 4 hours doesn't look bad at all. Already mapped out the stop before, by the way, and I don't know who stopped into this trade later on. We did the full analysis of the stuff, right? So it was very nice. Hit a level and boom, it pushed up nicely. Okay, but then this is what we're having currently. Okay, on a daily time frame. So this is pushing up really nicely on a daily time frame. We can already see this soon, yeah. So let's go on a 4 hours now. For some reason, I feel we might go into a trade on this G. That's for those that trade currency pairs, right? Those that trade currency pairs, right? Let's see. Okay. The only tricky part now is what we're having around the spots. We have our first level of breakout, even though this stuff is pushing towards the top, but we have our first level of breakout just around the spot. And of course, the second level is this zone which we are waiting for, which we're having some really massive rejection candlesticks here. You can see that, right? It's not even playing, right? Not even playing at all, right? So because of that, yeah, well, we can't really go in now, but this will be a really massive trade. The reason is because it literally dropped back down to hit a step level just around the spot. You can see that. It actually came to hit a step level just around the spot, which is actually very nice. So pushed up, drop back down, hit a step level, nice, pushing towards the top, right? So what we're expecting is actually very simple. Wanting to push above a level, when it gets towards this zone here, this becomes a rejection, right? Indecision level, right? So we're having an indecision level just around the spot, right? So around this zone, you can decide to drop back down, you can decide to push up just around the spot. You see this? Let me draw that. You see the spot that we're having here, just this zone here, you can see this, right? This is what we call indecision level, right? Just in this spot, in this box here. When it crosses this box and pushes towards the top, we want to storm in as much buys as possible. But, like, according to the amount of your capital, right? Like, you don't want to be trading like outside the amount of your capital, right? So according to the amount of our capital, so we want to storm into as much buys as possible. Maybe as it pushes above our indecision level and closes above the zone, we want to storm into as much buys as possible according to the amount of our capital, and then we can storm into the trade towards around the zone. First level, wow, it's already there. All nice. And then the second level just around the spot here, and then this can be a third level, and from there we can keep locking in our profits and just see how it goes from there, right? So technically, well, this is just what we're having on our GU, right? This is just what we're having on our GU. Let's check out US30. I'm trying to look for a trade now. So sorry, I just want to quickly look for a trade. Let's see. Let's quickly look for a trade. So, but then if you want us to analyze the different charts, just quickly write it in the chat box. I want us to be in a trade. That's why I'm quickly checking out US30 also. I want us to be in a trade. I want us to be in a trade. Let's see. Let's go on our daily time frame first. I want us to be in a trade. Let's check out US30 quickly. I want us to be in a trade. Okay. So second. All right. So US30, we can already see that US30 is pushing up really nicely like this from our zone here, right? Pushing up really nicely, right? Which is actually nice, right? Which is actually nice. And then some would argue that it actually broke out from this zone towards around the spot here, right? Some would argue that. Excuse me, but this is US30. Don't be deceived, right? Don't be deceived. It's not that easy for US30 to just go on a downtrend just suddenly, right? Because if you analyze the chart again and then you map out the trend again like this and you keep extending this, then you see that you can easily be deceived by this movement that was here, right? That I just drew at first, right? You can see that. So if you're looking at just around the spot, you can easily be deceived. Oh, this stuff is on a downtrend now. Let me start selling it. And then it takes you out, right? So you don't want to be deceived easy like that. So you want to check out the overall chart, right? US30 just can easily change like that. Same thing on Nasdaq, right? And so you can see that this stop just start pushing towards the top, right, from the zone, pushing towards the top around the spot. Now, here comes the interesting part. If we go on a 4-hour time frame now, I think this trade we might be able to get a trade on this stuff. That's what I'm thinking now, right? That's what I'm thinking. Because if we check out this stuff from around the range now, from around the spot, if we map it out like this, what can you see? You can see that, just a second, good. Now you can see that this stuff literally pushed above our region just around the spot again. So technically, it might be possible for us to go into a trade, but we won't know except we check out a 50 minutes time frame, right? We won't know. So let's go on a 50 minutes time frame. I'm actually kind of like happy now because the time is almost done and it seems like we're also getting a trade, which is really nice, right? Which is really nice. So it's really, okay, just a second. Okay, yeah, so good. So we still have a few minutes. Go back. We still have a few minutes. Good. Okay. So now we can literally see that this stop has pushed around the zone, and we already know our maximum zone around the spot, right? Where it's pushing towards, right? Now this is a massive zone. Of course, we don't want to be greedy to push, to just catch all of this stuff from this range towards this, right? Of course, we want to have a first, second, third, take profit first, and from there we keep locking in on the hit our zone around the spot. Might not hit it instantly. You know how the chart works. Push up, drops down, push up, drops down, and keep playing. I know we might have to hold this trade for like 3 days again. You know, same thing that happened on Nasdaq. We had to hold it for 3 days to catch all of the peeps. Nasdaq 3 days or 2 days? I think Nasdaq was 2 days, right? 2 days. So XAUSD was 3 days, right? So we had to hold the trade up to today to catch all the movement completely, right? So for Nasdaq, we have to hold it for 2 days trades to catch both the NFP and everything. That's for last week. Okay. Now what are we having here now? On a 50 minutes time frame. Now this is what will tell us if we can go into this trade or not, right? Good. Now what are we having? What are we having? Okay. Now, technically, at least on what we are seeing on our trading view on our capital.com, right? That's capital.com. We can see that a basic gap is still playing around this region here, right? The basic gap is still just around this spot. That is not fully closed, right? At least on our trading view, and then on our capital.com, capital.com, right? We're still having a basic gap around this spot. So it's possible for this stuff to still drop down. Now, it's not clear when this stuff will get closed. There's a gap here. We need to get fully closed. It's not fully clear. But if this stuff pushes above this region, of course, it's not getting close now. Maybe next week. Because like this occurred on 2nd of May. That was last week. That was on Thursday, right? Thursday. So that was when this occurred. So it's still possible for this stuff to play around throughout this week, push up and everything. But anyhow, you should expect a sudden crash to happen anytime within this week, and then that crash should close this gap. Right, but definitely not now. If it pushes above this region, there's no reason for it to push back up. It will have to push towards the top, towards around this range first, right? Push towards the top, towards our range here. Because if you look at this stuff, there's really another gap here again. That's why, right? Pushes above this point, you might have to maybe close this one first, right? After closing this one, before maybe it comes back to close this one, right? So what are we looking at for? Why US30 is so great now is because on a 15 minutes time frame, we can already see that this chart is pushing towards the top with some nice, impressive bullish momentum. Well, it's not the most impressive bullish momentum, of course, but it's manageable, right? It's manageable. We can use that, right? So if we map this out now from around the range, just around the spot here, we can see that it's just a few pips away for us going to this trade. Now the reason, now you've been like, Mr. P, why can't you just go into this trade from here? Now the reason is because look, like it doesn't even require any form of like technical stuff. You can see a rejection. So anytime you hit the zone, it's always getting rejected. So if we go into buys around this spot, like why won't it get rejected? First of all, these are first touch. Let's take that. This second, this third. So our third touch was what dropped it towards this range. So if our third touch couldn't cross it, why should our fourth touch cross it? Right, so you can get that. So because of that, we want this stuff to give us a complete formation. That's it pushes up towards the top completely, right? Like completely, right? When it breaks towards the top completely, then that's smooth. This can just be a first take profit, straightforward. Like this can just be a first take profit without even, in fact, we didn't have to analyze it until later because there will be nothing holding the chart. There's nothing holding it again. Okay, let's say. Okay, it's fine. Let's give this guy here benefit of the doubt. That's this spot here. But with the momentum that it will use to push out from the spot, even this can hold it. Even the rejection zones here can hold it. So we're looking at anyhow, we're looking at around this spot. Well, except maybe the magic happens and then this stops it and then plays around and generates some more momentum to close this gap and the rest of them. But aside from that, if it pushes above this range here, we're expecting it to just start taking off really nice like that. Hopefully it doesn't get rejected and waste more time, right? That's just the only thing, right? Okay. Guys, so just another chart. Let's check out one more chart. It's really painful that we're not in this trade yet. It's really painful, right? So guys, hit the like button so we can hit 700 likes. So we'll be live again tomorrow. And tomorrow, I guess most of these formations will be done, right? Most of these formations, they'll be fully done, right? They'll be fully done. Most of these formations, they'll be fully done. Most of these formations will be fully done. Okay, guys, what chart do you want to check out? What chart? So some guys are saying we should check out gold again, right? Let's see gold again then. Let's see gold. If any magic has happened, if we can go into the trade. Let's see gold again. Yeah, you see gold is pushing towards our blue level now, right? Just like we said, it's pushing towards our blue level. When it hits our blue level, which is around the spot, then we should be expecting some massive rejection candlesticks and the rest. Now, in case you're just draining, you don't understand where this blue level is coming from. Let me show you that. Maybe some guys just came in and they are like, hey, what's Mr. P saying? What blue region is it? This is the region. This is the region. Look at it. It's like, yeah, this is the region, right? So look at it. So we're expecting to hit this spot, give us some nice rejections. After that, starts dropping down. Now, except a nice fundamental happens in between. Well, you know, like the president of the US can maybe tweet something nice. And if you tweet something nice, and yeah, that would be good for us, because if you tweet something like this stuff, we push towards the top, give a nice close towards the top, and then those on the private channel, we instantly see this trade there. Like we're going in on fresh buys, even though we just left the buy trade now, we can go in on fresh. That's if a nice fundamental, but if no fundamental back the stop up, it should just hit the spot, get rejected, and start pushing down towards around the range here. And from around the range here, we should look at some technicals like normal rejections and the rest. We have a bullish engulfing, have something like a morning star, we have something like a shadow clone. After that, then we can go into the trade again, and then we can push towards the top like that, right? So that's what we're expecting on a normal, except a crazy fundamental happens in between. If that doesn't happen, then well, yeah. Okay, so if we go back to our 15 minutes time frame now, I guess those that are just joining us, they know why we're looking at this blue zone. All right, these are blue zone around the spots. I don't think anyone is confused currently as regards these are blue zone, right? Good. Okay, so we're expecting that we might be able to scalp maybe 5-10 minutes on the same trade, as if maybe somehow it drops towards around the zone, but just around the spot, and so we can keep scalping 5-10 minutes towards the top again. But it never did. It never did. So because of that, we just have to be patient, hit a blue zone, wait for our rejection, everything to get completed, and we're going on fresh trades, right? Good. Okay. So guys, let's see what charts did guys recommend. I want us to be in a trade. Guys, you can literally see there's really no trade happening currently. There's really nothing we can do like as it is. But let's just see, guys. Recommend a chart. You never know. The chart you recommend is the one that we might get a trade from. You never know. Okay, I think we might need to, let's see. We might, and just like I told you, if we don't get a trade on this live, and then we're able to hit over 700 likes, then of course we'll just be live again tomorrow. And that would be weird if we don't have a trade today and tomorrow we also don't have a trade. I don't think the chart would be cruel like that, right? So tomorrow I guess all the formations and the rest will be done. Like it's just we just left gold trade. Like we literally just left gold trade like an hour ago or something. So we literally cut all of the pips. So there were no pips left, right? Because you know how it goes. We catch every single thing, right? So that's why we can't really get a trade on gold now. It's kind of because we just left. Like we literally just left the trade, right? And then for Nasdaq, that's what we're still hoping. And then US30 was waiting for US30 to get completed. So by tomorrow, I guess almost all of this stuff, if not all of this stuff, will be completed. And then once that get completed today, you will see the trades also in the free channel. Of course, those in private will go in first. And after some time, it will also be shared in the free channel. And everyone will just cash out like that from the same trade. So anyhow, when it gets completed, you'll see the trade. Anyhow, you see the trade. So it will not be on you. Do I want to go into the trade? Do I not want to go into the trade? It will not be on, because anyhow, if that is completed, the trade will drop. So there's no way, there's no other way. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think we should look at BTC. Let's check out crypto, one of our crypto stock, BTC, right? Okay, let's see. You never know BTC. So it's heading towards a blue zone, by the way. It's heading towards a blue zone. Let's check out BTC. What's happening on BTC? Good. This is not bad. This is not bad. This is not bad at all, right? This is not bad at all. Not bad at all. Let's see our daily time frame first. This is not bad at all. Excuse me, guys. Okay. So already after this stop is pushing towards the top, all of this movement was fully explained, right? Now, the beauty about those BTC is that we didn't really go into this BTC on the last live trading session we had, right? But I literally told you to take a screenshot of all of this movement, right? Immediately as they're happening, you should be going to the trades. And if you took screenshot and you were going to the trades, then good for you, because you would have caught all of this movement, right? So we didn't really go into the trade live, but I told everyone to take screenshot of this thing. So if you had, well, you would have cashed out a lot from this trade, because the movement just played out just exactly as we explained. Everything was actually very clean. Okay, let's go on a 4 hours now. We can already see what's happening there, right? So let's go on a 4 hours now. Might get a trade here. That's what I'm expecting. Might get a trade here. Okay, on that 4 hours time frame, this is what we're having, right? So these are actually pretty clean. Let me just map these out first, just to begin with. Just map this out first. Okay, it did drop below that region. It did drop below it, but it's fine. Let's go on a 15 minutes time frame. It's fine. Let's go on a 15 minutes time frame. See what we're having now. Okay, 15 minutes time frame. 15 minutes time frame. Okay. Not bad. Okay, I can't really say this is completely bad. It's not. It's still okay. It's not the best. Yeah, of course, it's not the best, but it's still okay. Let me take that off. It's still okay. Yeah, it's still okay. Now the only problem here is that this stop broke below a 4 hours time frame. It's why you see me saying, oh, well, it's still okay. It's still okay. The reason is because if it did not break below this region, this would be a very perfect trade. Like the trade would be too clean, right? But then what we can hope for now is we can look at our internal levels. Those that have gone through our mentorship, they know perfectly what I'm talking about. Where you check out everything, and then the next option is to look at your internal, because that's the only thing that can help at that particular time, right? Okay, technically, if we map at our internal, it's going through this region, so it never really touched. But even at that, we're having a build-up of structure just around this spot, right? So I would want to go into this trade, but it would just be kind of like a risky trade. You know the reason. Drop below this region first on a 4 hours time frame. Hasn't fully hit hasn't fully hit our internal zone around this spot also. So because of that, to kind of like a bit tricky of a risky trade. But if you're going to this trade, your capital should be at least over $500. I want us to have a trade. That's just why I want us to have a trade. So your capital should be over $500 in case any retracement occurs. You can't be able to hold this trade, right? No, let's go into this. I want us to be in this trade. Let's see. Going to this trade. Let's see. I'm coming just a second. Let me quickly trigger my own trades. I don't want to miss out also, of course. Like, yeah. I don't want to miss out. Now it's crazy because today, out of all our trades, we got BTC today, right? Now, guys, okay, you know what? If your capital is over 300, over $200, you can go into this trade also. Now, just make sure that as you are going into this trade, make sure to use proper risk management, right? Proper risk management in case of retracement. If your capital is over $500, please just use normal lot size. Of course, don't over risk and the rest. But if your capital is, let's say, around $200, around that range, then just make sure to use proper risk management and the rest. Just a second, while I trigger my own trades, right? Just a second. Okay, so just want to storm in there. Now, this trade might attract some retracement. You already saw the reason, right? So it might attract some retracement. So it's why I'm telling you to be ready for that, just in case, right? But aside from that, we should be expecting this stuff to push towards our range around the spot. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to divide our trade, right? Now, this is the maximum range that we're expecting now to begin with, right? And then for our stop loss, we should be expecting maybe just around the spot. Just want it to be just below this my region here, right? Just around that spot. Then I guess this is there. Right, good. So everything is cool like this. Now we're having 2.3 Okay, let's just make it get to exactly this region so we can get maybe like 2.4. Okay, 2.4. So we're having 2.4 now on our right, that's risk reward ratio there. Now we're having about 2.4, right? 2.4, which is actually great, not bad at all. So having this just around the spot here. Okay, it's fine. Let's use 2.3. 2.3. Good. Okay, 2.3. Now, this is what we're having currently. Now, this trade, we won't be holding this trade for a very, very long time, of course, but it's actually still great that we'll be holding it like this because first, we want it to hit at least a first take profit just around this region, right? Just around this region here. This can be our first take profit, right? Let's look at this region here. Good. So this can be our first take profit just around this spot. And then from this region, we want to expect maybe something around a zone, just let's say around this region, right? And then for elastic profits, we'll be expecting something like this, right? Good. Now, this is not very, I guess it's very visible, right? It's just, hold on just a second. Let's just see. Good. Okay, so let's just adjust that. K4. Okay. So we'll just be using that there. And for XL, we're using about 2.1 just now, 2.34. Okay, apparently 2.4 anyhow, still apparently 2.4. Still very cool, still very okay, right? Still very, very much okay, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I know it's going up. It's fine, but guys, just remember to, even though it's pushing towards the top anyhow, just remember to use proper risk management because this trade might not, of course, but it might actually go with some retracement because of what happened here at first. But the formation is still good. Formation is still very good. So okay, so we're having around. Okay, let me adjust this towards the top. Just this towards the top. Let's see. Okay, now let's write this now so that nobody's actually confused. Okay, let's see. Just want to make sure no one is confused at all. Now, of course, our first take profit, second, if you notice they are within our region, right? And then our third take profit will be hit if it pushes above this region, right? And then that's when our third take profit will not be hit. So technically, the stuff is actually great the way it is. Okay, let's see. Excuse me, guys. Okay, let's see. This will be our first take profit. Okay, I thought I picked that. That's weird, right? Okay, it's fine. Let's see. So this will be our TP1. Okay, this will be a TP1. I guess the time of this live is now done, right? But it's fine. It's fine. Let's just quickly sort this out. So let's see. This will be our TP2, right? Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. Okay, and then this would be a TP3, right? Okay, so let's see. And now for our stop loss, this will be our stop loss region, just around that range here. So we're using. By the way, we're using what just now again? We're using 2 points. Hold on, just a moment. Where did I place that? Okay. Good. So we're using 2.34. That's apparently 2.4. So we're not using 3:1 today because this trade, yeah, it's not a very long trade. If the momentum of this chart actually comes up really nicely, then we should be expecting that this stop should hit very fast, very, very fast. It's not a very long trade. It's not a very long trade, right? So that's just something about it, right? And so just place a stop loss just below our level here, just below our internal level, just around the zone, right? Just around that spot. And then our first take profit here, 94,564. Second take profit, okay, I don't know why this stop just shifted. Let me take it back. Good. So now I guess my stops are well now. Okay, 94,564, 94,980, and then we're targeting 95,714. Now, immediately after hitting this region, if we hit our third take profit, we'll need to extend this stuff again. We'll need to extend our take profit through to this next level again. We'll now be locking in our trades, of course. That won't be any more take profit. We'll now be locking in our trades towards around this region or so. That's if it hits a third take profit, right? We'll now be locking in our trade towards around the region, just around the spot here. But for the meantime, we'll just leave it just around a spot here, right? We'll just leave it there for the meantime. Okay, guys. So basically, this is what we're having. This is what we're having for the meantime, right? Yeah. Okay, guys. So we've actually tried for today. I guess we're just right in time, and I guess we'll just be done for today. And then, of course, as usual, I will try dropping the update of this trade in a private channel, not in a private channel now, in a free channel, right? And that's a public channel, and also I'll try dropping it in on our Instagram. So if I don't drop it on Telegram, I'll drop it on Instagram. If I don't drop it on Instagram, I'll drop it on Telegram. That's the update of this trade. Okay, guys. So today we couldn't really get a lot of trades on BTC. Not everyone, I guess, will go into BTC trade because of the amount of capital that is required. I literally said that if your capital is below $200, there's really no need. So today is Monday, so it's not weird for all formations to not be fully completed. It's very normal. It's Monday. It's very, very normal. So all we just need to do is to just wait and see. Let's see. By the time we're done with this live, I'm going to check out. If we're able to hit 700 likes. That's within a period of this. Within the period of this live session. If we're able to hit over 700 likes, it means that I will just be live again tomorrow. That's just what it means. So if we're able to hit 700 likes, it means I will just be live again tomorrow. And we'll just continue like that. And I guess by tomorrow when we're coming live, I guess basically all the formations would have been fully completed and things like that. Now, by the way, if you want to access our free resources and everything, you can simply go on our website, MRPFX.com, right? You can access mentorship courses, be part of our mentorship course students, right? Ask your questions anytime after that. You can decide to join our private channel also, and you can decide to access all free resources from this region, free indicators that will help you to trade. They're always free, forever free. You don't have to do anything. They're forever free. Like even though you don't want them to be free, they will still be free, right? So they will forever be free, and you can easily download them. Just joking. But then on a serious note, you can easily download these free resources that are here, right? Free indicators, free robots. That if you want to automate your trading, you can easily download all this stuff. They are always free. Forever free. There's no catch. You just have to go there, download it and install it, and then you use it. Of course, you always want to run tests on your demo account first. Very necessary. So we are traders to try and manage our risk properly. So you want to try this stuff on your demo account first. You see that it's performing very, very well. You take it to your real account and you start cashing out also from there. Also, we have free mentorship course videos which you can easily use, like to cash out from the market. Also, always very nice. And then if you just want to see all the resources, you can easily just hit there and you see all the free resources that we have. And if you don't want the free resources, you want VIP stuffs, then of course they're also here. You can get VIP bots, you can get VIP indicators. You can also access all VIP resources from this region like that. So everything is actually very clear. And if you don't want to stress yourself, even at all, going to the website, just simply go and chat with support. Support, they're always available 24/7, every single day, morning and night, right? So you just go there, you just write a message, help me with this, I want to join private channel, or how do I access free resources or things like that. You always be assisted, right? So everything is actually very, very easy here. Okay, guys, so that's just it for today. It's a bye from me, guys. I'm Mr. P. Peace.